It's TISM Talk time. I'm sorry. Okay, so I have an idea to do a podcast, but I don't know what a podcast is, so I'm just going to make a video talking about this stuff. The truth is that generally just talking about this kind of stuff is very uncomfortable for me, mostly because I feel like unqualified to speak for everyone, but I recognize that it's something that it might help other people, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. Short snippet with a overlay of writing. So part of being autistic is like sensory processing issues, things like sounds, visual things like lights, tactile things, fabrics, stuff like that. There are all kinds of stuff like that make things different or hard, and everyone is different, so they also experience different things. Found out though that most of these things that I deal with all the time don't exist on the bike. There just isn't like a time or a place for that when you're riding. And you may be curious, or you may be asking, well, isn't a dirt bike like really loud? Isn't that like one of your things? For me, no. I don't really have bad ears. It's like a sound that I have control of. I know it's going to happen. I can expect the bike to make a sound. When I hit the throttle, it's going to get loud. For me, the hard things are sounds that are surprising or that I don't have control over in daily life that are kind of excruciating. Like, for example, when I go to a restaurant, the music is super loud. It really sucks. Look, I've learned to deal with it, but it is what it is. A nightclub is not a place that I find to be fun. Concerts are maybe fun. It's tough to say. So my time on the bike is almost therapeutic when it comes to sound. It's not painful. One of the surprising sensory issues that I had to experience as an adult, and I'm sure I did as a kid, but I had forgotten it, was texture. As an adult, we buy clothes that we like. We buy clothes that fit. We buy clothes that are comfortable, or whatever makes us comfortable, whether that means it makes us look good or whatever. But as a dirt bike racer, you need to buy gear that keeps you safe. So one of the hard ones for me was I bought a helmet that I really liked. I thought it looked amazing. They had great reviews. It was lightweight, good protection, all this stuff. I get it in, and I put it on, and like I'm repulsed by it. Like immediately I take it off because it rubs on my forehead in a way that felt like sandpaper. And I'm not someone that returns things, but I was very close to returning this helmet for that reason. I had other people try it on, and they were like, no, dude, this is completely normal. And so yeah, I forced myself to wear it, and I love it. I still do. It has great airflow and all this stuff. So all the things that make a racing helmet good, it is. So yeah, it's just little stuff like that you just don't expect kind of come out of nowhere and blindside you. And it was sad because I was really looking forward to this helmet and like had wanted it for a really long time, and finally I get it and it completely hate it. Like the way it feels is terrible. So yeah, you just have to come up with solutions, whether that be use a different helmet, which I didn't want to do because I really like that one, or maybe just wear a headband or something. That worked. Problem solved. Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think about that. And while there's a lot of like difficulty, there's also some positives. The amount of dedication that someone on the spectrum will just blow your mind sometimes. So I definitely have experienced that obsession over something. It's not always a good thing. There are times that I wish I could just chill, but it does make improvement happen really fast. So I've only been riding dirt bikes, like off-road bikes, for 3 years now, and I've been pretty successful, and I definitely attribute that to the absolute obsession / dedication that you get when it comes to being on the spectrum. It's like you can't really think of anything else. It's both a blessing and a curse, but yeah, so it's not all bad, and it's really something you just gotta take with the good and the bad, just like every other person, right? I mean,